Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to New It 2. We are so excited to talk to you about some thread that has come in. You may have seen it when you've been here for tech party or other things going on, but we're going to highlight it today.
Yeah.
WonderFil thread it's wonderful. I mean, what a great name for thread, isn't it? There is a new thread line here that is called Soft Lock.
That's pretty.
And if any of you have been familiar with, say, Maxi Lock Stretch or woolly nylon in days gone by, this one is a stretchy, woolly kind of thing, but it's soft. I wish I could have you feel it on the little color chart, but it's so soft. And there's such a great variety of rich colors that you see here.
Those are really pretty.
If you'll notice here on the rack, look at all the beautiful colors.
Oh my goodness.
And you know, for a long time, getting some stretchy thread kind of meant you were having to have slim pickings on colors.
Yeah.
And this one is ideal. I love that they have some of the neons, certainly the neutrals, but what if you're working on a dress that's this really interesting shade of, I don't know, it's kind of like a coral peachy something. What number is that one, Ashley?
SL72.
It's called peach. I'd call that a peach.
Yeah.
But to me, it's more pink than a peach. But sometimes it's hard to match things, especially in the blue family. Oh my word.
Oh, they have a lot of blues. Wow.
They have a lot of blues because blue can be more green, it can be more purpley, and so you have all those options. And we're going to do a sample on the serger where you can see the really great look that this gives. So if you are looking for a thread to be able to do a rolled hem or to have a nice soft finish look to it, this soft lock thread is
something to try for sure.
It's perfect. You should definitely try it. As I said, we have a great color assortment. Look at all that.
Wow.
Let me take you right over here to this one.
Okay. What else we got?
This one is Glamour.
Okay.
Glamour.
Oh, it's sparkly.
Is sparkly. It has, when you need that extra little bit of excitement on the edge of something, or if you wanted to make serger lace that looks like crochet. Talk about making it go fast. And then the Glamour book also can show you all of the wonderful colors there.
Ooh.
And you see how it can make the sparkle in the background?
Oh yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, they've used it for like stippling on there.
Exactly, and all that is just a solid colored, deep colored fabric, but look how that pops off of there.
Yeah, that's really pretty.
It's wonderful. Love all these colors. Sometimes we get used to just using typical things like gold or silver, but I love that.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I think that's this one right here.
I think so.
The black multicolor. Yeah, that's that one right there. So we have these available as well. And then if you'll follow me to this side.
Okay.
This is the D-Twist by WonderFil.
Ooh.
And D-Twist, if you can look at this picture right here, I think you can see it a little bit better. It's a tonal twist of thread. So it helps give some dimension to what you're sewing. But it's got two color tones. It's not variegated, it's just the way the thread is twisted.
Got
Let me
it.
show you here on this. Can you see that nice up close?
Oh yeah.
Look at that stitching on that embroidery.
Oh wow.
I mean, hello.
That's an interesting look.
Isn't it an interesting look? And it amazes me the things that, you know, we don't necessarily go to some of those specialty threads because we're not always sure what we're supposed to do with specialty threads. You know, come and check it out. Come see what we're talking about so that you can also add some kind of new dimension to what you're working on. Not everything has to be a solid color.
Yeah, those are really pretty.
And that D-Twist is a really great option.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so Miss Ashley, would you like to show us how this works?
Sure.
All right. So
I'll trade you my hand off the camera.
All right, we're going to bring you over here to the lovely Acclaim Serger.
Alrighty. So right now we're set up for a 4-thread overlock, and I've just got some variegated maxi lock on there. And you know, you got your standard, just your normal overlock. I mean, it's pretty with the variegated on there.
It is pretty with the variegated. I like that.
But what if we want something a little bit more interesting? Here's our rolled hem with that soft lock. I've already stitched out some of those.
That's gorgeous.
Isn't it? And it's just like really soft on the hand.
Yeah, it's like satin.
Yeah. So I want to show you how easy it is to switch over from your 4-thread overlock to a 3-thread rolled hem. So I've got my little cheat sheet because they have cheat sheets, so you might as well use it.
That's right.
And so we're on a 4-thread, and I'm going to go to a 3-thread rolled edge. So first thing I need to do is unthread the machine.
That's dangerous.
But you don't have to unthread all of them.
But is it dangerous to I've always heard it's dangerous to unthread a serger.
Not on these.
Okay.
We have air threading.
Okay.
So I'm only going to be using my right needle. So I'm going to take out our left needle thread here. Take that out of the way because you don't want to leave it up there and your tails get tangled with the thread you are using.
Oh yeah, tangled tails is a bad idea.
Oh yeah. I mean, that just doesn't even sound fun.
No.
Pull my little thread out of there.
I'm going to get in a little bit closer so they can see what you're doing. Ooh, this is going to be fun to get around your hands. Here, lean your head over so I can get over your shoulder.
There we go.
Oh, you took the presser foot off.
I'm popping my foot off real quick. Get that out of the way.
So
there
these are snap-on feet too.
They are, just like your sewing machine.
I love that.
The same thing, you just put it back on the same way. Line up your little snapper bit. Drop it down, and on these, you kind of have to lift up on that front edge just a little bit to get it to pop back in there.
Well, that was easy enough.
Yeah. So I'm going to pop this off here because we're going to have to put that decorative thread in.
Yeah, I love those trim bins to catch all that stuff instead of letting it fall in your lap.
Oh, yes. And you know, whenever we wear black clothes all day, I end up covered in lint. So I need to change my upper looper.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of that one too.
You know, it's scary for some people to just cut your thread. You know that, right?
It doesn't have to be scary.
No, it doesn't.
And right now I'm just going to sew my tail off, get that up there. There we go. So now I'm down to just my 2 threads. Cut our little extra off, throw that out of the way. Set our little needle up here on our little magnetic guy.
Oh, let me see that.
Yeah! So then whenever you're not using your needles, they aren't walking away from you.
Oh,
isn't that handy?
How smart is that?
I know, it's the little things that count, right?
It is the little things that count.
I'm going to switch it over to threading, rotate my hand wheel until my tubes lock in. There they go.
Can you show me what you mean tubes locking in?
Yeah, right in here. So whenever I'm not in threading mode, let me mess up my hand wheel just a little bit. So put that down and then rotate and those lock right into place.
And that creates the suction for you to shoot the thread through. Love it.
Perfect.
Love it.
And this thread is a little bit heavier, so it might not go through our looper very well.
Oh.
So we're going to have to...
How are we going to do that?
We're going to have to cheat.
Ooh, like your cheat sheet card?
Yes, like our cheat sheet card.
Okay.
I have all the cheats.
So what's the cheat?
So we're going to make a thread cradle. So I'm just going to take a
thread cradle.
A thread cradle.
Okay.
I'm going to take a long stretch of just your normal serger thread.
Mm-hmm.
Put that back out of my way. You're going to put his little ends together.
Okay.
And loop it around your pinky.
Loop it around your pinky.
So now we've got a loop in there.
You look like what is it we did when we were kids when we would play with yarn?
Oh, yeah, like the back and forth and up and around, and then you end up with
I used to do like Jacob's ladder doing that.
I used to tangle myself up like that. Trim my little tails. And then instead of shooting this through, we're just going to shoot our normal thread through. Put that in there. Give it a little tap.
Okay, and then where's it going to come out?
This is going to come out our upper looper, so right up here.
Okay.
There it is.
But it was on your finger.
So I still have my loop over here.
Because if you didn't, it could have just shot it all the way through.
Oh yeah, and then we'd have to start over.
And then you're going to thread it through.
And then whenever you pull this through.
Well, how easy was that?
There's our fluffy looper thread.
I love that. All right.
So move that to the back.
Okay. Sorry, it was kind of jerky on the video. I had to get up off my knees.
Alrighty, so I've got my right needle in. I'm threaded up and ready to go. We are going to switch our length, which is the lower knob. Close this, switch us back
Let me come over this way. Oh, sorry, everybody. That was a blurry view.
Switch us back up to serging. Because whenever you're in threading mode, your door doesn't close.
That's right. It's a safety device.
Slip it back up to surging.
Oh, can you go back for a second and open the door?
Yeah.
Push on the foot controller. Doesn't work.
Doesn't work if the door's open. Another safety device.
Another safety device.
Down here, we're going to change our length to the rolled hem side. So we have the standard and we have the rolled hem. So we're going to switch it around to our rolled hem. And that little notch right there is just your standard.
Okay. Oh, can I tell you another safety device?
Yeah.
if your presser foot is up, won't sew. We'll show them that when you're fully threaded.
Oh, looky there, it sure won't. And then we're gonna switch our width over to a 3, and right there it is. And I don't know if you can see on the video, there's big numbers and small numbers on your width knob. And the big number is the distance from the left needle, and the small number is the distance from the right needle.
From what?
From the blade.
From the blade.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's useful because they're not in order otherwise.
Oh no, yeah, 75 to 5 or 7.5 to 5 You're like, what? That doesn't make
and then
sense.
comes 6.5.
Yeah.
It's like, do these people not know how to count?
They do. They do.
Yeah, there's a method to the madness.
We're gonna switch our stitch selector down to a D, and then our wave selector needs to stay on overlock because we're still doing an overlock.
Okay.
I'll put our little trim bin back on here because can't live without that.
And so what are we doing here?
I'm just gonna do this little rolled hem. What is this called? Like a pin tuck kind of.
Oh, that one is kind of, because you're folding the fabric.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, very good.
So you can cut it off the edge. You can turn your blade down if you don't want to cut off the edge.
That's true.
But I just am saving fabric instead of getting a new piece of fabric and doing it on the edge. So we are just gonna start sewing here. And it goes real slow because there's really short stitch lengths.
Oh, I forgot to have you show them how it won't work with the presser foot up. We'll do it on the next thing.
There you go.
It's gorgeous.
Isn't it? And it's so soft. I wish I could feel it.
I can. It is. It's soft like fleece.
It is.
Yeah.
And then you see our trim bin worked perfectly.
Yes,
Look,
because
now our little bits are in
it
our trim
caught
bin.
all of our bits instead of it being on your lap.
On my lap.
Yes.
Yep. And if we lift our foot and I'm pushing on the foot control,
It doesn't sew.
Nothing
That is the safety
happening.
tool. Because sometimes you can be sewing on really thick items and it kind of looks like the presser foot is down. Like if
yeah.
you're doing fleece, because it's so thick underneath there. And then it makes a hot mess.
goodness.
Yes, and so
That sounds like something I'd do.
I get it. It actually, when they came up with that, I'm like, that's genius.
Nice.
Okay, so that was the soft lock thread. Here, let me show you here. If you just look at those threads.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get that to focus?
There we go.
You can see how this one is just a standard thread, but if you look at them together, you can see that this one has
It's got a lot more fluff to
a
it.
lot more fluff to it. And it's not stretchy like elastic thread.
No.
It's just that it has a little bit more give to it.
Yeah.
So that it can fluff a little bit.
Got
okay,
it.
so now what are you going to show us?
Now we're going to do a wave stitch, maybe?
Okay, is that what that thread is sitting down there?
Yeah, I'm
Ooh,
gonna
let's
use
see that
this
one up
one.
close. Can you unwind it a little bit?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's that glamour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
so where are you putting it?
This one next to those other two, you can kind of see.
Ooh, let's see. Let's get focused up here again. Wow. It's amazing the difference just a spool of thread can make.
Yeah, because I mean, like, you look at this and you look at this and they look like they're roughly the same size, but this one gets fluffy and this one's just shiny, and then this is just your normal. And it's just, the way it all kind of works together is very interesting.
It is. So we're going to do a wave stitch?
Yes.
What is a wave stitch?
So it's gonna do a wave on the edge of the fabric.
Ooh, I can't wait to see that.
That's gonna
so
be
what
fun.
do you have to do to change out?
So I still need my right needle in, and I'm good there. My length needs to go back around to my normal standard side and not on the rolled hem
And it
side.
does say standard and rolled down there.
It says standard and
then if
rolled.
you look at the edge of it, there's a circular line. Can you turn that knob so that they can see that?
Back that way?
No, the other way.
Oh yes, the grayed part.
The grayed out part kind of has a circle around all those numbers. That's the rolled hem. Yep. Okay, so you're going back to standard.
Going back to our standard, and it says, let's see, it wants us between a 0.75 and a 2.5.
So that's where that little notch is again. Can
Is
you,
your 0.75.
Can you roll it just a little bit so they,
Yeah.
you see that little notch?
And so if we click back onto that,
Okay.
and then we're going to go to a 3. Well, they want the width between a 3 and a 5.
Okay.
And we're on a 3, so what if we just go to, how about a 4?
Hey.
That's like perfectly in the middle.
That is. You have math skills, dear.
I do. I can split 3 and 5 and
You did a
find
great
that there's a
job.
4 in
You
the
did a
middle.
great job.
That's about all I can do for math.
Okay.
I'm sorry,
So,
Coach Collins.
Is this thread also going to be kind of heavy to try and go through the looper?
It is.
So what would we need to do?
We're going to need another thread cradle.
Did you lose your original
I
one?
lost my original one. If you're doing it a lot, maybe save your thread cradle.
Maybe save your thread cradle, but it's not that big a deal to just cut off another little piece of thread. So you're doing the same thing. You're
Same
getting
thing.
a length of thread, and you're matching the ends. And then you're going to open the door. Got to move your little trim bin again.
Not tangle up my thread
Not
cradle in the
tangle up-
process.
Oh yeah, you got
there
it
we
on
go.
your finger.
There we go. Move this guy out of the way. Drop this open. And I have to unthread this one.
Got to put your press fit down.
Which means I have to close my
Close the
doors.
door. We got ahead of ourselves.
My thread's getting tangled.
Oh, we got the thread tangled.
Here, just pop this guy off there. Now that'll sit on there.
Unless I tie a knot around it.
There we go.
How to make this work.
There we go.
Okay, and what we were talking about was the thread had managed somehow to get underneath
The little edge of the
there it is.
cone here.
the edge of the cone, and it jerked the spool up. So you don't have to keep that on there while you're doing it. But can I show you another trick with this? Take
Yeah.
that spool off. If you take this, because most people put them on this way, but if you put it on this way, now put your spool on,
Oh!
keeps it nice and tight on there.
Yeah, because that's not wiggling.
I read that in one of our manuals. It was like, huh, that's what you get when you read a manual.
The miracles.
It's a miracle.
Alrighty, open this back up. Press her foot up. And then get this guy out of the way.
Because we're going to put this one on.
Which means we're probably going to need that cone off too, huh?
Because that one, it's not big enough.
It's small.
to
He's
go
not
into
going to
there.
fit in there. Perfect. Threading.
Lock it
Tape.
in place.
Boop. Put my little tails in there. Oh,
Don't lick them.
don't lick your tails.
And you also see it also has a little thing on there that says
Don't oil.
it. You don't put oil in those because it would gum up the way air shoots it through, and that would be a bad thing.
So there's our tail. Time to thread my top
All right, we're threading from up there.
into our little tension under our hook.
Pull it down, put it through your little loop, through your cradle, and
Boop.
how
There it
easy was
is.
that? Okay,
Ta-da!
now what else do we need to change on the machine so it can do this?
Let's see. So I've got my needle set, my length and width are set. I need to change my stitch selector back up to a B.
Okay.
And we have to go to a wave.
Not all the sergers have a wave stitch. The Acclaim has a wave stitch. The Triumph has a wave stitch. And,
The Accolade does it?
oh yes, the Accolade has
The
a wave
Accolade
stitch.
does.
Thank you, I forgot.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to come around the other side of you.
Okay.
So here we go.
Put our
Because
trim
this
bin
way
on.
we're going to be able to see how that wave stitch is coming out. And what's nice about this is it rolls the fabric, or not the fabric, it rolls the thread loopers from the upper to the lower, so it's making this rippled look. And if you have a shorter stitch, it has a more rippled look. If you make it longer, it's a little more sparse. But I really
Oh.
like the look of it being a nice tight wave.
Okay, I can look on the camera. Interesting. You know, I think this might be the first time I've stitched on a wave stitch. Are you serious? It might be. No, I feel
Oh, you look! You can even see how it waved on the ones that as it was coming off.
Looky there. And see, I need to adjust my tensions.
Yes, we do need to adjust it a little bit, but other than that, we are looking really pretty good.
Look at right here.
Isn't that
So you got
lovely?
your normal, and then we had the fluffy on this side.
Yep.
That is too fun.
And when we say adjusting tensions, there's no
no
tension, though.
tensions.
So we just needed, if you open the door, let's show them that little micro tension.
Yeah.
I don't think some people know what this is. Do you see that knob? And it has a minus and a plus. You can do micro adjustments because sometimes there's different weights of thread and different weights of fabric.
And this is heavier than
and
this,
one's heavier
and this
than
is
the other
heavier
one.
than this.
Right, and so you got to make them all play nice with each other.
We're trying to make it extra tricky, but that came out so pretty.
And I forgot about another kind of thread over here. So you want to trade me again?
Yeah, let's trade.
Okay, here you go.
Okay. What else have we got?
I have some thread over here. Also a really pretty one to put into
Ooh.
your, don't want to see those ugly tags right there.
Your
But this one's
goodness.
called Spaghetti. Let me show you those. And it's a little bit of a heavier weight thread as well, and looks gorgeous in things. And we also have Fruity. Can I show you that one?
Yeah.
Right over here. You'll get on that side. This is the Fruity variegated threads, and you can see how that's going to turn out. And it just adds another element. I can't imagine why you wouldn't want to use threads that just invite more excitement to it. We had a customer in earlier today, and she was working on a Halloween quilt, had the most adorable fabric, and she had done it in all the little hand-stitched English paper piecing.
Oh!
And it had oranges and blacks, and yellows and pinks, and it had kitty cats on it.
So you loved it.
Where did you get that fabric? But I loved it, and she had picked out like this whole range of colors right in here, and it was perfect. It's going to look beautiful. I told her she has to bring it back up here and let me see it when she's done. But
You know, I'm doing English paper piecing right now
you know what?
with my AccuQuilt
I
dies.
think you should probably try some of this when you're ready to.
I probably
work on
should.
it. You should go for that fruity thread.
I should.
Yes,
Oh, now you're making me spend more money, Jan.
I am.
It's terrible.
But it's going to be worth it because it's going to look gorgeous.
It is.
It is. So we hope we've inspired you today with some of the new WonderFil threads and how easy it is to make things on the Acclaim.
Yeah.
So come by and see us so you can maybe try out the threads, try out the WonderFil Serger. We've got all sorts of different ones, but if that wave stitch is shouting your name, we've got options for you.
Yeah. Ooh, I bet WonderFil thread should be our special today.
Ooh. I know something perfect. You get to follow me again.
Okay, okay.
And we'll be this way. Okay. This is going to be a like,
Share and comment.
And we are going to give one lucky winner a box of spaghetti
Ooh.
thread. Isn't that wonderful?
That is so pretty.
No, I'm sorry. It's not wonderful. It's WonderFil.
Phil.
Do it by Thursday at 5 o'clock.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.